name's Peter Saenger. I've been a potter since the 70s. I started in college. I came to the ceramics department and I never left. A certain segment of your audience will understand that I say I started in the hanging planter era because that was the hot item back then. My wife would macrame these very, very beautiful string hangers. So we made stoneware, tableware, kitchenware, all those things. I was sharing studio space with a fellow who was casting, and I became intrigued with the process of casting. This casting process required me to learn new skills. When you're throwing a pot on the wheel, you only have a certain amount of time to work on it. If you overwork it, the clay will, flop and slop. And so if you really want to fuss with a design line, you have to be very spontaneous and lucky, so it can be frustrating. So I found that if I put my design time into the sculpting of the original, which I call the model, you can make shapes that you can't make any other way. The fit-together pot and cup set, the sugar and creamer that nestle, the vase pair that embrace, you can do that as a sculptor. Now I'm working with the mold pieces apart, and I'm building my clay surfaces into the mold parts and then assembling the mold and then letting it set up and work on it. So it's a variation on the theme, and it's yielding more one-of-a-kind pieces. I want to stay as close as I can to what I really am curious to make, passionate to make, really excited to make, and really finding a lot of satisfaction out of just concentrating on that part of it. I'm very curious, and I'm constantly thinking about what's next. What if I try this? What if I try that? It's a luxury to have the opportunity to follow that. That's really the best part. That's why I like to come to work, if it's work anymore, but that's what really floats my boat. I strive for trying to put as much of me into it, and I think people can see that. I love to talk about it. I love to share it with folks. I hope they can see the depth of my interest in it. A great friend of mine said that a piece is really not completed until someone buys it. It's a great joy to share that. Someone else can, relates to it to the point where they'd want to purchase it and own it. I'm self-taught in a lot of places, and there's a lot of hard lessons. But the wandering on your own, teaching yourself, you find your way, and you find your own unique kind of place. I'm okay with how it's turned out. It's my trip. It's my journey. It's who I am. It's what I do. I like to ride my bike. I like to make pots. It's like a staycation, I guess. It's fun. That's why I do it, because I like it.